on a mission to teach the world how to play Elestrals, and I'm starting with my friend Vanta J. He plays a lot of TCGs, but we share experience in Yugioh, so I'm using that as a middle ground to teach Jay and you what makes Elestrals so special. Elestrals Clash is completely free to play, but if you're compelled to chase that Stellar Eddy, use my code PKSparkxx to help me out as well. There's also a link below to buy physical products if you want to go find the locals for yourself. Both support my content with no cost to you. Enjoy the tutorial. If you have any questions, tell me in the comments and myself or the community will help you out. Talk to me. What do you know about Elestrals?
I remember watching a video like way back, but I did not retain any of that information.
Okay, so we got an almost brand new experience here. This is actually great because now I can just mold you to the shape that I need you to be in. You know old school Yu-Gi-Oh, like up until like just before Synchro, like Edison format is what it's commonly compared to. Unless you do have your blowout cards, you have Hurricane, which is Heavy Storm, Earthquake, which is, you can say it's Fissure, Hammer Shot, something like that, but you do have that. Poison Tip Arrow is Trap Hole. Shield of Achilles. Okay. Imagine if you can only activate Compulsory Evacuation Device on attack declaration.
Oh yeah,
once you really get into it, you'll see how simple it is. And then when you get down to the simplicity of it, you learn the core of this game comes down to the spirit management. What spirits you choose to put in your spirit deck, how you manage them throughout the game, what you're playing against, and what advantages or disadvantages your spirits give you, how many times you can take advantage of a spirit based on how you move it across the field 10 times in a game, what divines you choose to use. There are so many different strategies that are available, and we're only in set 5 of Elestrals. Right here is the Mulligan feature.
Okay, so like Pokemon.
Yes, literally like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering has one as well. If you do want to Mulligan, it costs 10% of your life. So you do have to consider if you want to Mulligan your hand or not. So I look forward to everybody in my chat telling you how crap this hand is. You have
someone already said.
You have no back row, but you are going second. It is kind of likely you'll just blow back my field on the first turn. So now this is where we start, and you can see
this is so cool.
Yeah, this UI is so gorgeous.
Clean.
It is so much better than what it was for the alpha and most of the beta. Like, we're clearly getting ready for early release. The early access client is out for everybody by the end of July 29th. So if you're looking at this and you want to hop on Elestrals, it's out for everybody July 29th. My hand is okay, but it's also a hand I don't really want to. Well, yeah, I'm just going to make a simple cast here. So you can see here, I'm going to cast my Lumaru in attack. It has 5 attack, 2 defense. Literally, like Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever position you're in is the stat that matters. Unless the card says otherwise, the stat in the position you're not in does not matter.
Okay.
So right now, I'm a 5 attacker.
Right.
And you have to get over the number 5. I'm going to set 1 card face down, and I will be. Well, you have to enter your battle phase in turn, but into turn. So now it is your turn. And oh my God, you even drew Gorgon's Gates. So
I don't know what this means.
So I want you to read the cards out loud and just tell me what you think they are. I'm not going to like handhold you through it. Just read the cards that you have, and let me know what you think your hand is like.
This hibernation can only be played if you control I guess a bear Elestral. Okay, I got one. Cool. Target up to 2 Fire Frost spirits in your underworld. Return them to your spirit deck or enchant them to your Ursa Den. If you do, draw a card. When you normal cast this Ursa, you can search your deck for Elestral or Rune. Add it to your hand. You're a search?
Yes, I'm going to let you know now. Ursa Den is an Ursa Rune.
When this Necrop destroys an opponent's Elestral in battle, that opponent must expend a spirit?
A spirit, yes. That symbol means
a spirit.
Any spirit.
Okay, so I'm assuming expend would mean...
Expending means being forced to send a spirit from your spirit deck to the underworld.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
there are many ways you'll expend in this game, and in this case, when Necrop destroys an Elestral, it forces your opponent to expend an extra spirit with this effect.
This Lava can be normal cast with 2 Sea Fire Spirits. If an opponent has at least 2 or enchanting spirits, then you do. Okay. When you cast this Lava Lift, you can target and destroy a rune. I'm going to assume runes are what, back row?
Yes, all runes are back row. So spells and traps in Yu-Gi-Oh are compared to every runes, and then you have counter runes, which are your traps. You have invoke runes, which are your normal spells. You have divine runes, which are your continuous spells. You have stadium runes, which are your field spells, and artifacts, which are your equipped spells. But yes, all runes are backrow.
Target an Elestral.
Oh, this card is stupid. I'm mad you joined.
If its effect is on the chain, negate it. Until the end phase, that Elestral is suppressed. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's negated, and it cannot receive enchantments, attack, nexus, or ascend. Brother.
Gorgon's Gaze is a really good opportunity for me to explain some keywords. Negate. That means that if a card is activated on the chain, like it's an effect that is going to resolve, it is completely negated. Like you,
okay.
It is trying to resolve and it is stopped. Think of it like Solemn Judgment. It is a negate.
Okay.
There are very few negates in this game. Gorgon's Gaze is the load-bearing godsend counter rule. It is arguably the best card in the game, or if not the best rule. It's negated. Until the end phase, that Elestral is suppressed. Suppressed means its effects on field cannot be activated. So let's say you were to suppress a card that its effect is already activated, it would not stop that activated effect from resolving. Like Breaker the Magical Warrior. When you activate it, it gets the spell counter. And then the second effect is you can remove the spell counter to destroy a spell or trap. In Elestral's terms, when you suppress that breaker after it receives its spell counter, its effect to disenchant, to remove the spell counter and destroy, cannot be activated. The rest of the card says it cannot receive enchantments, attack, nexus, or ascend. Enchantments means that you take a card, you take a spirit from your spirit deck, and you put it to an Elestral on the field. Attack, self-explanatory. It cannot attack at all. Nexus means that it cannot be involved with a nexus on the field. So you cannot move a spirit that's on that card to another card on the field, and vice versa. Ascend is tributing. You can't use it as a tribute fodder. It is stone. Enchanting is essentially a normal summon, but not really. It's essentially putting a spirit on the field. Nexus is Elestral's turn. You cannot move a spirit to or from this card. And attack is self-explanatory. There are two keywords that are not here. You can still change its battle position. And empower. Empower is equipping in Yu-Gi-Oh. So, you read your opening here. In Yu-Gi-Oh terms, turn 1, how are you moving?
I'm feeling Ursical, normal cast.
You see on the left side above the 20, you see the numbers?
Yes.
Those are your spirits that are in your spirit deck.
Okay.
You want to take a spirit that matches the Elestral you're trying to cast. You want to match that spirit and use it underneath it. If the Elestral on field doesn't have a spirit that matches its element, it's considered misenchanted. It's essentially a normal monster at that point. So if you do it with a fire or a water, that's just a 1/3 on field.
But if I do it with a ice, then I get my effect?
Frost, and yes, you will
Frost?
get your effect.
Okay. Okay. Ah. So what if I put a fire, if I misenchanted the Ursical on purpose, right? Somehow it lives to see another turn.
Right.
Can you move a spirit from the spirit deck to Ursical?
You're asking if you can re-enchant an Elestral that's already on field. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Go
if
on.
I re-enchant, will I get the effect if I use a Frost spirit?
In this scenario, no. Because Ursical specifically states when you normal cast it. So let's say you casted out Nekruff with Frost, and it was just a normal beater, but then on the next turn, you re-enchanted it from your spirit deck to Nekruff with a fire. It would have 2 spirits underneath it, and it would be properly enchanted, and it would gain its effects.
Oh, okay. I can do face-up defense?
There is no face-down defense.
Okay, so, okay, cool.
Yes.
So
if you want to cast in defense, it goes face-up defense, and you absolutely should. Now the game is going to ask you to trigger the effect. You can see right underneath Ursical, it said, do you want to use the effect? And you just click it, and the UI now shows you every Ursa card that you can search from your deck to your hand. They're going to spruce up this UI even better, but for right now, if you look above the cards, you'll see like a blue aura. Those are all Ursa cards. Those are all cards you can add from deck to hand.
Okay.
So if you look at the very top, 4th card from the 4th card, that's Ursa then.
Oh, it's a stadium.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so like, okay, field spell, stadium. I got it.
Also important to note, this game uses old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Field spell rules. Only one stadium can be activated at a time. So if I activate a stadium, yours is done. Because you have Lava Lift as well. So if I do cast out something else, you can make a big comeback swing on the next turn. So now just set Gorgon's Gaze and then your turn. Like you're actually honestly decently set up. So now it is my turn. I'm trying to think like the best way to run this one over. Okay, so I'm gonna make a cocky play, right?
Okay.
Because it'll be funny in the long run. I'm gonna activate my stadium. Now I'm gonna cast Exalt here. Again, I'm making a cocky play, assuming that I'm gonna be able to get in big damage. So now I'm going to activate Exalt here, and this is what a Nexus is. By using the stadium rune right now, I put what's on the field. This is a fan term, but a Nexus bank is essentially something on the field that is holding spirits I want to use for a Nexus. You're going to see by animations that I'm going to move the one spirit off of my island of Aeolia and move it on to Exaltair.
Okay.
And you see that animation. Now, Exaltair has an effect. When I Nexus using Exaltair's effect, I can force you to expend 2 spirits.
Okay.
Again, this is a cocky play. You're not going to want to negate this because then you're going to lose your Ursicle. So just spend any 2 spirits you want. So you can see, yeah, you see it. Actually, that's probably the best way to do this because now you're going to be set up for Ursiday. Now, I'm going to go for my attack, so battle phase. And I'm going to go for the attack, try to run over Ursicore and have you mill 3. This is when you activate the effect. You have another card in your deck that wants to Frost in the Underworld, so yeah, use Frost right now.
All right.
And then you select my Lumero. And on my screen, I see that, and it stops my attack. So now I cannot run over your Ursicle. I'm going to attack anyway, just to be that guy. And end phase. Are you ready to destroy my field?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to activate Ursiday. And you got to make sure you properly enchant it. You need 1 Frost, 1 Fire.
So then you said Hibernation.
Hibernation is the combo, yep. So right now you want to properly enchant this Invoke rune. So use 1 Frost and set Confirm. And now this is you resolving it. So choose any combination of Frost or Fire and put them onto your Ursiday.
All right. So 1, 2, 3.
There are different effects written on the card.
Oh!
Return them to your spirit deck or enchant them to an Ursa deck.
I see it.
Okay, I missed that one as well. This is my first time actually activating it.
Okay, I see it now.
All right, so now you want to hover over Ursa deck and click it. On the right side of the screen, you see it gives the effect you can disenchant for.
Yes.
Do that. And now you're going to cast any Ursa from your deck. Now, there are a lot of Ursas in this game you can mess around with, but I want you to cast out Majursa, Champion of Hestia. I'm going to let you read this, and you just let me know what you think.
When you cast this Majursa, you can target and destroy cards up to the number of Bear Elestrals on your field. Your Bear Elestrals get 1 attack for each fire enchanting each Hestia on the field.
Hestia is the new divine introduced in Firestorm. This one pretty much says wipe your opponent's field. So what you want to do is cast this, use the effect, and destroy both my back row and my Exaltair. That way you can do more damage. It should prompt you for the effect. Yep, when you cast it as Majursa. And you can destroy so you can destroy your own Ursicle if you want.
1, 2.
Yeah, you want to get rid of the back row and get rid of the spear so you can do more damage. So look at my Underworld. That's the rune you destroyed, Shield of Achilles. Now, in this scenario, it would have been expensive, but if you didn't destroy it and you attacked, I would have spent 4 spirits to return it to your hand. So, really good option right there. And now you got everything else. What you want to do is click on your Ursicle, so exit out the Underworld. Click on your Ursicle, change to attack. Wait, how'd you get another Gilga's Gaze?
Oh, I think I drew into it because...
from Hibernation!
Yeah.
You drew into Gilga's Gaze and Ambrosia from Hibernation. All right, well, Ambrosia, do you want to read Ambrosia real quick?
Return up to, let's see, 3 spirits from your Underworld. Oh, okay. And it shows me... okay. Yeah.
You want to play this later on. I know you're low on health. Because you just did a major combo, but trust me, you don't need to play this right now. Until your spirits get to about 6 or 5, I really wouldn't worry about casting Ambrosia. You want to keep that as a surprise for your opponent. Just set Gorgon's Gaze to ruin my day even more and enter the battle phase. Let me say this one thing. When you attack and deal damage, you're not going to deal damage equal to the difference in attack. You deal difference equal to the number of enchanting spirits.
So I'll do what, 2?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I still have a normal cast.
Correct. You want to play Narpoon? Absolutely.
Narpoon.
Because this is a Frost you want to play.
Narpoon searches for
1 Spirit Frost.
Spirit Frost.
This is typically if you didn't have Ursicle in hand, you would search out Ursicle here. But because you already do, I want you to search out Cryoling.
This Cryoling gets, see, 1 attack for each Frost. See Spirit in your underworld. And this Cryoling has 6 or more attack during your main phase. You must either destroy it or special ascend to Cryovern from your hand or deck.
Now, I do want to note, you did make a huge play and build a big board, but look at your spirit count. You're already at 9.
Yeah.
That's the yin and yang of Elestrals. Like, yeah, you can make big pushes, but now you have to maintain that board. If it's cracked, you're going to have less resources to try to get over your stuff. Even if you have the cards, you may not have the spirits. That's like the core balance of Elestrals. It's figuring out when to make your big pushes and how to take full advantage of them. But that's also why Ambrosia is important, because if you need to fix your spirit deck for whatever reason, let's say you're only playing a 1 of or 2 of spirits, you can use Ambrosia later on to do so. So now you're going to click in a battle phase. Yep. And now here is where I spend my spirits. 1, 2. And my Elestrals destroyed. And now the other 2 can attack directly. So now that you've done your attacks, you just end your turn. End phase. And now with 3 cards in my hand, I have to try to figure out how to break this. Remember when you were asking about putting a spirit or re-enchanting a spirit from your spirit deck to an Elestral you already have on field? That is one of 3 normal actions you have per turn. You have 3 normal actions. The first one is re-enchanting, as you already stated. If you don't have an Elestral on field, then you have your normal cast. Very similar to re-enchanting, except you do it the first time. So when you cast out your Ursicle, that was your normal cast. That's your normal action for the turn. The third normal action is called expend to draw. That is when you send a spirit from your spirit deck to the underworld to draw 1 card. If you're in a bad spot, like me, then you can consider that to try to dig into a card you need for the next turn. It does take up your normal action. So if you expend to draw, you cannot re-enchant, you cannot normal cast. If you normal cast, you cannot expend to draw, you cannot re-enchant. And if you re-enchant, you can't normal cast or expend to draw. I drew a card, I'm going to set that card for face down, and I'm going to end my turn because I've spent my normal action for the turn. So here, the smartest play, because you already, like, clearly you have me on the back foot, not only set 1 card face down, Lavalith would be what you want to do. You want to... I was
looking at it.
You would want to ascend over the Majursa to cast out the Lavalith. I know you're losing a lot of power, but you're still keeping the damage on board, and you're clearing the way to do so by removing it. So in a normal game state, I think that this would be your better play. However, I'm going to tell you right now, my face down is big. So what I want you to do is build wide and not taller. Cast out the Cryoling. Until you actually finish the process on Elestrals Clash, it doesn't count any of the actions. So you can back out up until you click cast, attack, or defense. So now that you have enough Frost in your underworld to make Cryoling a 6 attacker, it's prompting you to use the effect. You either destroy it, well, you have to activate it. Like, you have no choice in the matter. And from here, you get the options here. The left option is destroy this Cryoling. Don't do that. The second option is ascend it. Look in the top left corner. Do you see the options? It shows the deck and the hand.
Yes.
It was showing you the hand. You want to click the other one for the deck. When you do this cast, you don't really want this effect because you're not playing Cryo Scorch. So in this scenario, you're going to make a defensive cast. You're going to misenchant this Cryovern. To do so, you're going to add on a water element, a water spirit, Leviathan. That way, you're playing around the counter rune Tsunami, which is essentially Windstorm of Ataqua on any Elestral that's not water enchanted. Here, this is when you do the cast, and you put a water on it. If I was playing a fire deck, you could choose to fire enchant it. That way, you're insulating against Eruption, because Eruption doesn't burn for 3 if your opponent has a fire enchanted Elestral field. This is a defensive enchantment. you're going to misenchant it with water to play around Tsunami. So now you just added 2 more points of damage on the field. And you're essentially telling me, if you have it, you have it. There is no card in the game that deals with the board like this. You have 2 water enchant to the Elestrals, so you're getting some damage in regardless, in this case 3. Gorgon's Gaze can only stop one attack. Shield can only stop one attack, and both of those cards are crazy expensive. This board you built in 2 turns is dumb, and I'm sad that I was not able to stop it at all. So you're able to attack directly and you're able to deal damage equal to the number of enchanting spirits enchanting your Elestrals. So into your battle phase and attack. Now this is similar to Yugioh in the sense that you want to attack lowest attack, or either lowest attack or lowest damage first. So in this case, I would prioritize Ursicle, then Narpoon, etc., etc.
Yeesh, this is crazy.
And now look at the spirit count. Remember when you were down 17 to 9?
Yeah.
You're now going to be up 7 to 5.
Golly.
Yeah, bears are crazy. Bears are crazy. With that said, I do have a way to come back from this. I just need to draw that card right now. So Protagonist Power go. That is not what I needed. There is a way. There's a way. I have an option. Right now, I'm going to use my Ambrosia. So now I'm going to try to just get over something. I want to get over a bear. Now, I'm going to leave this up to you. You can stop the attack if you want. But yet you can also just assess your field and whatnot. Like, do you need to? Do you want to cast out Necro for the next turn instead? Stuff like that. But I'll leave it up to you. Actually, you can still cast out the Necro because you can just ascend the Necro over the Ursicle. That's another thing I should mention. To ascend doesn't mean to go from 1, 2 to 3. Ascending means using the spirit that's underneath an Elestral and sending it to the underworld to cast out another Elestral. It's essential. Ascending is still a normal cast, so you still need to use a spirit from your spirit deck. But if you keep this Ursicle alive, and then next turn use Nekruff to ascend over the Ursicle, you take another spirit from your spirit deck, put it underneath the Nekruff, and use the spirit that's underneath the Ursicle as well. So it'll be double. It'll have 2 spirits underneath it.
Interesting. I might try. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it.
Go for it. I'll put. Wait. Oh, did you skip the? Oh. Okay. So here's.
Skip it.
So all right. So now we're gonna learn a lesson here. So you actually skipped the attack declaration. So you activated Gorgon's Gaze in the battle step. I can't use the effect of Luru because my effect is suppressed, so I can't even trigger it. But yeah, there was a misstep there. I didn't realize you actually passed that away.
Whoops.
So here, you can probably just go for Nekruff and attack, or you can hover over your spirit deck and look at your other normal actions. You can see expend the draw or re-enchant an Elestral. Because you don't have any back row, you could consider expending to draw, but it depends on how much you want to push for game. I clearly don't have a back row. Oh, your Ambrosia? Brings you up to 7.
So if I were to ascend over, like Narpoon over Narpoon, do I just drag it over? Do I just drag Narpoon over?
Yeah,
to
put it
like
over.
The
You
other
see
Narpoon?
that Trifernal icon? That's like the interacting icon. Use a different spirit. Don't use water. Use Frost or Fire. Now, even though you did not cast it with Frost, because it received a water spirit in the cast, it still counts. It's still properly enchanted. You can still activate the effect while misenchanting it. So now you can search out another Cryo Lane to get out the other Cryovern, or you can get out an Ursicle, but at this point you don't need Ursicle. So I would suggest the Cryo Lane. And now I just died. That was alright. So I drew terribly this game, and I have no combo. So I'm gonna do this. I'll just run over the thing so it can't get over me, and I will give you the opportunity to finish the game off.
Boom.
And yo, if you guys just defeat. Yeah, I don't even get to expend it because it's over. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see the scene often, and I hate it. Alright, so that was your first game of Elestrals. What do you think?
I really like bears. When I was making the deck, I didn't read anything, right? So it didn't look cohesive. I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, I'm gonna run a fire deck. or I'm gonna run a frost deck, and it's gonna be all frost all the time.
You can monocolor, you're likely going to build a bad deck.
That was very cohesive. I like that. That was awesome.